This video was made possible with NordVPN. If you need a VPN that helps protect you online, that is really fast across the whole globe, you go on dodgy websites, you want some privacy, you go to the cafe, you need some protection on your internet. So check out NordVPN. There's a discount code if you use Anime Balls Deep, which is 75% off. You get 1 month extra for free, and then there's a 30-day money back guarantee if you do not like the service. So go check it out, try it out if you want. The code is Anime Balls Deep for 75% off, pinned in the comment. Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep, and today we are continuing our love series where we cover the signs of a relationship between characters in an anime. Zenitsu and Nezuko are a pair that some of you may support or you might not. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. I will explain, in my opinion, every reason why Zenitsu genuinely loves Nezuko and how this ship is being shaped up to be within the 180 chapters we have so far. So to delve into this perfect romance, we must first start from the beginning. A little fun fact is that Zenitsu's surname Agatsuma means my wife. So given the fact that his antic in the anime involves him falling in love with Nezuko and interacting with women in a funny way, it's personified and implied with his name. The creator of Demon Slayer must have done this on purpose. Now, despite having an intense fear of demons, Zenitsu develops an intense crush on Nezuko. He often tries to trick Nezuko in agreeing to marrying him and never fails to mention his love for her whenever he sees her. Another interesting fact you may not have considered is that we know Zenitsu has a huge problem in his life regarding debt. This was revealed to us in his introduction, where he states why he's a demon slayer in the first place. It's because I was deceived by a woman that put me into debt. My trader was an old man that took on that debt. So who is this woman exactly? Was it a sugar mama that he was married to that made him feel worthless? Or was it an older woman that took all his wealth and put him into debt that he said? So with all of this going on in his life, this didn't stop the fire for love that violently burned inside him. He still pushes forward to find his #1 waifu. Just like all of us, we're gonna die alone.
All women are queens. If she breathes, she's a god!
After Zenitsu's character is introduced, we don't see him again until chapter 20, where he is clinging onto a woman on the side of the street, literally begging her to marry him. He was like, please, I need that cooch. No, wait, I mean that pum pum. No, wait, I mean that punani. No, I mean, basically, there it goes. I guess I just got demonetized. Anyway, Tanjiro happened to see Zenitsu and just had this look of, come on, what are you doing, my guy? This girl is obviously not interested. This causes Zenitsu to explain his life before the final selection to Tanjiro, including his enhanced sense of hearing. Now, I know what you guys would do with a power like that, but you know, that's besides the point. Zenitsu and Tanjiro soon arrive and meet 2 siblings in the forest. The siblings inform Tanjiro that their brother is trapped inside the house with a demon, and Tanjiro is like, oh man, my main character instincts are kicking in, and he entrusts Nezuko's box to them. Naturally, Nezuko moves around in her box, and this freaks the children out, and Tanjiro gets upset by this and says, you can't leave the box there. What's in the box is more precious to me than my own life. But again, it's not like Tanjiro can openly state that he's carrying a demon around. As everyone is exiting the house, Tanjiro sees Zenitsu clinging onto the box for dear life, while Inosuke is beating the shit out of Zenitsu. Zenitsu then repeats the same words to Tanjiro for why he's protecting the box. So remember, we know that Zenitsu has superhuman hearing, and this insinuates one of the reasons why he protected the box diligently for Tanjiro against Inosuke. In the Wisteria house, Zenitsu makes a point to say that Tanjiro has a gentle sound to him. So of course Zenitsu is the one to ask important questions like, why are you hauling around a demon? Right after asking that question, it's soon answered by Nezuko rattling around and finally popping out of her box. Here, Zenitsu's anxiety kicks in about a freaking demon crawling out of an unlocked box, but as Nezuko makes her appearance, Zenitsu soon becomes starry-eyed once laying eyes on this goddess, and it was like love at first sight.
Give your meat a good old rub.
So basically, my man can't help that he wanted to go balls deep right after meeting her for the first time ever, and you really can't blame the guy. Zenitsu's mood changes to anger pretty quickly. Zenitsu is yelling at Tanjiro, pretty much saying, you mean you got my ass beat by a pig so you could get some of that sweet old thing, you know what I'm saying? As Inosuke, Tanjiro and Zenitsu head out on their next task together, Tanjiro is left on the side alone with his thoughts. Tanjiro's messenger Sparrow starts to argue with him about about Nezuko. In chapter 29, Zenitsu cannot believe how cute Nezuko is, even as a demon, and he defends her. Zenitsu believes that Tanjiro has the kindest sound to him, and that it's filled with love, and Nezuko is someone that he feels like he can trust as well. As Zenitsu argues with the sparrow, he realizes that Tanjiro brought Nezuko into battle with him, and rushes into the forest. Now remember, Zenitsu just got beat up recently to protect her, so as his instincts kick in, he runs into the forest to again protect her as he loves her. Now the next sign we see is in chapter 32. My man Zenitsu can't really catch a break in this forest. He's bitten by a venomous spider and he can't find Tanjiro or Inosuke. And then he runs into this monstrosity. Oh my god! What is this?
Fuck this. Did you see this? Look at this.
This causes Zenitsu's anxiety to kick into high gear to where he thinks he's in a dream. Zenitsu starts to scream, "If I wake up and I'm resting on Nezuko's knees, I'll try even harder." My man is using his dream girl as motivation even in a dire situation where his life is on the line. As Zenitsu passes out from his overflowing thoughts, Zenitsu has a flashback to Kaigaku berating him. As Zenitsu reflects on this, he mentions a dream of protecting someone and living a modest and happy life. And what are the panel these thoughts over? What we'll just guess. A picture of Nezuko, of course, and the background of Nezuko is black. In manga, when the background is black, it means the author wants you to pay attention to this. Zenitsu soon is laying on the ground, venom spreading through his body, and who does he apologize to? None other than Nezuko herself. I mean, come on, this guy is so deeply in love with Nezuko already that his heart only thinks of her at all times. Zenitsu just wants to protect and take care of Nezuko. Now, another sign of this ship is the side chapters we are blessed with. Most of you may not be aware of chapter 43.5. Koyaharu, the creator of Demon Slayer, makes a high school extra where Zenitsu sees Nezuko chewing on bread and he thinks she's super cute. It's basically a chapter all about the characters if they were in high school and how they would act. Zenitsu's ship with Nezuko is portrayed once again. After this battle and arc that we all enjoyed, everyone heads to the butterfly estate for rest and recovery. In chapter 51, after training, Zenitsu is cuddled up next to Nezuko's box and he's telling her about his day and what he had accomplished. Nezuko scratches on her box in response and Zenitsu blushes and responds, "Of course I'll take you to where the flowers are blooming. My man is already planning a romantic date." But think about it. Nezuko is already trying to conversate and communicating back to Zenitsu whilst being a demon. She does not do this often unless it's Tanjiro himself, which explains to us the connection they have. I mean, this just displays to us that their ship and relationship will come true once she becomes a human again, as she will remember everything he did for her whilst in this state. I mean, the author even goes to show us other activities he did for her, such as hanging out with her and showing her goldfish in a bowl which she loved. Now, moving on to the train arc in chapter 55, whilst Zenitsu is asleep due to a demon using their powers on everyone, he dreams of frolicking with Nezuko, picking peaches, and he offers to make her a white clover wreath. Now, white clovers symbolize a few things. The first is happiness, the second is a promise, and the third is a way of saying I'll be yours and you'll be mine. Now, don't forget that just a bit ago, Zenitsu promised to take Nezuko to see the flowers. Now, in this dream, Nezuko asks Zenitsu to make her many white clover wreaths, so she's essentially saying we'll be together forever, keep being mine. Nezuko mentions that she can't swim, so guess what? Here comes Zenitsu in his protective manner saying, "Don't worry fam, I promise I'll carry you." And who is Nezuko carried by in everyday life? Her brother. Zenitsu wants to be the one to protect Nezuko and take on the responsibility Tanjiro does. Zenitsu's dream shows him holding hands with Nezuko and they're basically married, I'm assuming. So as I mentioned, the demon made everyone fall asleep in the first place, so he tries to infiltrate Zenitsu's subconscious. Out pops out Zenitsu with hedge clippers and Zenitsu scares the demon by saying the only one who can come here is Nezuko-chan. Like, think about that shit. My man thinks about her so much that he even has an entire section of his brain dedicated to her. Like, bruh. Moving on, Nezuko is the only one who doesn't fall asleep. She's on the train protecting people. Zenitsu swoops in with his sword, performs thunderclap flash sixfold, and he promises out loud to protect Nezuko with his life. In chapter 66, we also see how after the events unfold, they are both together again with Zenitsu trying to comfort her. There is also another half chapter of doodles, and one of them is Zenitsu carrying Nezuko like Tanjiro does. It's so precious. And throughout the anime, Zenitsu still uses Nezuko as a motivation motivation for training. This is showcased to us in chapter 70, where he asks for a strand of her hair as they embark on some serious business. A bit weird, but yeah. Now again, this is a spoiler, please be aware, spoilers ahead. In chapter 128, after Nezuko becomes a total badass and survives the freaking sun and doesn't need her bamboo gag anymore, she even starts to speak. Zenitsu becomes even more infatuated with her. He asks her flat out if they could just get married. He goes absolutely nuts, fam. It's so freaking hilarious. I mean, again, just look at my man's face. He doesn't even let other people touch her. It's so funny. Now, do you guys ship this? Do you want this to happen? Be sure to let me know in the comments, as I said. I'm pretty sure with the way the creator of Demon Slayer has set up the trio of dudes going into battle with each other to kill the 12 Demon Moon and Muzan, right? We can see their relationship develop into brotherly love. So Tanjiro approving Zenitsu to marry his sister is likely. I mean, the way his character has been portrayed is very open-minded, understanding, and perfect. Tanjiro has hardly any character flaws that would make you judge him in a negative manner. His flaws are actually positive and reinforces the message of the show, and he is an inspiration. I do not see any way of Tanjiro not supporting his sister's decision to marry someone she wants, which is Zenitsu. We also need to understand that Nezuko, being a demon, has been robbed of experiencing a normal life. Zenitsu is one of those people and the only person that gives her the experiences of things that she would not have in the position that she's in, like the goldfish thing and telling her of daily life, being her friend. So seeing their small interactions, because Zenitsu treats her like a normal girl despite everything that has happened, it's why people will ship this, and it will happen, unless, you know, one of them dies. So like always, if you enjoyed the video and you want us to cover more Demon Slayer content, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification button, and also follow us on Twitter or Instagram as I update you guys on what videos we are doing. And I'll see you guys next time.